Hello guys, this is Pap from Pap back at it again, and finally we got, trust me, only the first version of Stardust, the new Stardust, and we're already talking about something crazy here. So you're ready? The new Accel Synchro Stardust Dragon is a little bit more insane than I thought, so I'm just telling you right now that I will probably go into a second copy, because it's gonna be easy to summon that guy. So I think I need a second copy. The skill is okay, and it is made so that you just need one copy of the new selection box spell, so you should be chilling. Anyway, before jumping right to it, guys, just a quick reminder: if you enjoy the content, please leave a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it, and it really helps me a lot. Let's jump right into it. Super easy as it looks. Look at that. The core of the deck is just probably, let's do it. I mean, this is the deck list, but the core is just this. The core is this. That's what you need. You need just one on your market set duel, because as I thought, the skill is so that you can, if you draw it, that's fine. And you don't use the first part of the skill. If you don't have it, you can use the skill and get the on your market set duel. So what's the point here? Actually, let me put back the cards in this. There you go. So let's start from the skill, right? The skill says you cannot special summon any monster from your extra deck except warrior, junk, synchron, synchro monsters, and wind or light monsters with the level. Keep in mind that. Reveal one synchron monster in your hand. This is the first part of the skill. Shuffle one card from your hand to the deck, and then add on your mark, get set, duel from your deck to your hand. So if you do not have on your market set duel, you can use the skill and get one. But if you already have it, you're chilling. In your hand, you just activate it and you just keep this first part of the skill. The second instead is you send one card from your hand or field to the grave, and then from outside of your deck you play the wheel synchron. Plus you add a lot of stuff to your extra deck, and that's super nice, plus this stuff into your grave. Now let's start from this. Be careful, guys. For the second part of the skill, you can send the on your mark get set duel to the grave, because you're not gonna use the second effect ever, okay? But for this version, you can actually use the skill to send junk converter to grave. Now, this build will give you an insane, a turn 1 that in my opinion is insane, and this it meta turn 1, as you will see from the replays. It will give you a Herald for the Arc of the Arclight that is an OMNI negation, and that when you use the effect, it lets you grab either Beaufort or Soravis, there are more protections, and a QUASAR, a shooting QUASAR dragon, unaffected. Why? Because we're gonna summon the QUASAR during our opponent's turn with the effect of Accel Synchro Stardust Dragon. So, unaffected QUASAR plus Herald. Double OMNI negation, and you can't take out this boy unless you summon a monster with an attack higher than 4k. Because this is unaffected. Nothing can happen. That's it. It's honestly insane. And there's so much more. Now, the rest of the part is just eventually your opponent, when you go second and your opponent interrupts you, that's why we have the rest of the extra deck. Now, for the main combo, you need the QUASAR, you need Accel Synchro Stardust Dragon, you need the Stardust Dragon itself for the skill, you need the Herald, and then you need the Agoida. But guess what? You don't even need the Agoida technically. You can summon the level 5 Junk Warrior that you are given in with the skill, so you can just summon this guy. You don't need anything. The combo consists of basically you need 2 junk synchron, and there's one is given to you by on your mark get set duel, and then you need a junk synchron, and then you need, so it's 2 junk synchron, one is given from the skill, and the other card is either a junk converter in grave that you can send with the skill once that you have it in your hand, or a synchro overtake. It's the same, it's just or junk converter or synchro overtake. That's just that. You don't need anything else. That's what you need. to have this insane combo. And yes, guys, as you can see, I'm playing tons of staples here because there's room for that. But you can play anything you want. If you don't have the droplet, play something else. You can play I'm playing the Vaders also, but you can play the DD Crow. You can play the Gus Muna. You can play the limited 2 drop cards. I'm not playing those, but you can play the Book of Clips. You can play whatever you want. Literally whatever you want. I'm just playing this just to try, honestly. The only thing you need, in my opinion, are these 2. These are needed because, you know, to have the most advantage, to get the most advantage out of Herald of the Arclight. The combo is super easy. I'm gonna show you, of course, in the replays. I'm gonna show you the replays even going first and going second, so you can check by yourself what happens. Now, one thing I want to say to you is that this thing is crazy for a reason that I actually I underestimated. I didn't read it in the beginning. This thing is crazy because the effect of Accel Synchro Summoning can happen not only during your opponent's turn, and that's what's crazy. So when you go second, as you will see in the replays, you can summon QUASAR during your turn with the effect of Accel Synchro Stardust Dragon, so that the QUASAR you summon is unaffected even during your turn. So you're gonna have an OMNI negation on legs that attacks twice, and that is unaffected, dude. Wow, wow, wow. This thing is one of the best thing it could have happened to Stardust. So I was wrong, and super excited because, again, last thing, guys, this is only the beginning. We have to try so many builds with this. We have so many things to try. I wanted to come out with the first video, of course, because I was so excited, but there are so many more things to try. Again, wow. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and let's jump right into the replays. First replay, my boys. All of these are from the King of Games rank. Keep in mind that we started with Bedin Battle Morph. So this is your turn 1 combo. As you can see, I already had on your markets a Duel, but again, nothing changed. So you can, if you don't draw it, use the skill, you're chilling. So, but what you need 100% is the Junk Synchron in your hand. So keep in mind, if you draw the on your market set, you will start with this. Don't forget it. Otherwise, you can't grab anything because this gives you a Synchron monster only if you control no other cards. So we got the Junk Synchron, then the tuning to get the Junk Synchron. Now, keep in mind, we milled the Junk Converter, but we didn't need it because we had the Synchro Overtake. So it's the same. You either have Junk Converter to Grave or you have the Synchro Overtake. It's the same thing. You just need one of those. Now, again, if you ask, how do you send the Junk Converter to Grave if you do not mill with tuning? You send it to Grave with the skill. So if you have the Junk Converter in your hand, now that we use the skill, instead of sending the on your market set Duel, you just send the Junk Converter, and that's the same. So we'll Synchron to begin with. The effect to get the Junk Synchron, you revive first the level 1 Sonic check. So the first thing you do is summon Herald. So you're chilling. Even if your opponent now wants to go into a hand trap, now we can stop him. We just negate the hand trap. Then, keep in mind, guys, I was playing DD Crow here, but instead of the Veilers, but you know, it doesn't care. It's not important. The staples are of your choice, of course. You can just choose the ones that you have or the ones that you prefer. Then, second normal summon, Junk Synchron reviving the Junk Converter. This is the combo with Junk Converter, but I'm gonna show you guys in the next replays even the combo without Junk Converter. And 3+2 is 5. I went into Agoida, but again, you can summon also, of course, the Junk Warrior, and it's gonna be exactly the same thing. So Junk Converter's effect brings back the Junk Synchron, and that's why if you don't have the Junk Converter, you just revive the other level 2, that is this guy, and then you revive this Junk Synchron with the Synchro Overtake. It's exactly the same. At this point, 3+5 is 8. Accel Synchro Stardust Dragon that on summon will revive the level 2 Formula Synchron. Little notice here, the Formula Synchron has not its effect negated, so during your opponent's turn, if something goes wrong with your Accel Synchro Stardust Dragon, you can actually steal Accel Synchro with the Formula Synchron, don't forget about it. So the last thing you do here is you use Will Synchron from the grave, you change the level of Hagaida to 2, so that you have 8+2+2, that is QUASAR, 12. So here it comes. The first thing he does, so you have toggle on, the first thing he does, you want to do Accel Synchro Stardust Dragon's effect to bring out Stardust Dragon and go straight away into QUASAR. No, that's what happens. You have the evolution of light here, and the thing is, because you summoned QUASAR with Accel Synchro Stardust Dragon, For the rest of this turn, the monsters synchro summoned by these effects are unaffected by your opponent's activated effects. He says monsters because if you decide to synchro summon without the Stardust Dragon, you have both Stardust Dragons and the monster you synchro summon, you Excel Synchro, unaffected, and that's insane. So this is unaffected and it's an Omni negation, and this is another Omni negation that when you tribute itself, it will give you another interruption. Wow. So he went with the battle promoter. I said, you know what, negate, then shift second, additional normal summon to revive. Guess what, Herald of the Arclight to negate, and we're not done yet. We got the Search, the Soravis, and he's got the other boy, XC summon into the Dempsey to get the Bottom Boxer Spirit, but guess what happens when he activates that? DD Crow to stop also the boy, so it just scooped. Keep in mind, there was no way to go over that unless he has a monster with more than 4k attack. And next turn we have Seal in the negation of QUASAR again, he can attack twice, we have Synchro Overtake, we have Soravis eventually. That's how you do it, my boys, there you go. Interrupting a 2-1 trick of the other new deck. It's Resonators. This is the anime duel. Again, as you can see, we got on your mark get set duel, and that's what happens when you have the junk converter in end, right? You use the effect, you send the junk converter to grave with the skill, and you keep the on your mark get set duel, and then will synchron, additional normal summon, reviving your level 1. You always start with the Herald of the Arclight, so you're chilling. Then additional normal summon, get the junk converter back on the field, synchro summon again Agoira, but you can summon also the junk warrior, junk converter to revive the junk synchron. Level 8 Accel Synchro Stardust Dragon is coming, reviving the level 2, and you're chilling, you're good to go. Now keep in mind again, you could technically summon QUASAR now, but you want to do it during your opponent's turn because it's unaffected. That's the only reason. So you change the level of course of Agoita to 2, and here it comes. He started with Typhoon, and boom, here comes Accel Synchro Stardust Dragon. Now that's the beauty of it. If he doesn't start with droplets and he sends a monster to grave, he can't stop the Stardust Dragon. We can just do it because he tributed itself, and that's brilliant as long as we can respond. So maybe he didn't have a monster to send, but that's a mistake definitely. Anyway, he decided to negate the Herald. I'm fine, I'm okay with that, because even though Herald is going to be negated, I still have QUASAR unaffected, so no matter what happens now, he can't get rid of QUASAR unless he is able to summon Nova Dragon that is boosted up, of course, but we have an Omni negation and he can't do nothing with that. So he's starting with the Crimson Resonator, I let that go, and then Wonder King Wildwind, Synchro Summon. This is always the one of the choke points, so Red Rising Dragon negated. At this point he loses the Synchro Monster and the revive, and he's scooped. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Third duel, my boys, this is to show you what happens when you go second, right? And why Accel Synchro Stardust Dragon could be so freaking good even going second. So let's speed things up. This is a Sky Striker player that opened with more part of Greed, basically, with the Spellbook of Knowledge. So it's gonna draw a lot of cards, the multi-rule, the Maladol, so I don't know what's that for, but still, he also has Super Poly. I guess he's playing probably sort of some heroes in the extra deck eventually. The Vector Blast. Now, keep in mind, we were super lucky here, because with the Vector Blast, he actually, he milled twice, but with the Vector Blast, he actually milled also the Junk Converter, but, you know, so he actually did me a favor. So he's setting the stuff, so we know he has something for the grave, he also has something for something else, I guess, that we don't know what that is. So we started with Donion Market set duel to get the boy, and then the skill to send the junk converted to grave. We already had it, of course. Then junk synchron to begin with. I wanted to start with the Herald, but he negated that. That was actually a good move, but still we have so much to go for, because first, at this point, you just go straight away into Accel Synchro Stardust Dragon. You got the Formula Synchron out, then Junk Synchron, reviving the Junk Converter, Synchro Summon, again Agoita or Junk Warrior, whatever you want, Junk Converter to bring back the Wheel Synchron, and that was a bad move. Keep in mind, this is a mistake, because I need the Wheel Synchron in the grave to change the level, so guess what I did? I used Droplet to send the Will Synchron back on the field. Keep in mind, the misplays of the new deck, okay? Forgive me for that. So once the Will Synchron in the grave, it's in the grave, you can use its effect to change the level. And now you don't go with the classic Accel Synchro, right? You actually want to use the effect of Accel Synchro Stardust Dragon to Accel Synchro in your turn, so that the monster you summon, QUASAR, it's unaffected. So now we don't care literally about anything. Why? Because, I mean, and we don't even need lands, because if we don't care about this, whatever that is, this is unaffected. He has entraps, we don't care. He tries to float, we don't care, because QUASAR negates the float of Ray. So you negate, you go for a little, no matter what he has, or even if in hand. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. For Duel, my boys, we got, this was Invoked Magnite, if I'm not wrong. No, maybe not. It was some sort of invoked, but anyway, this is to show you what happens here with we got the tuning, we milled, we actually have, as you can see here, no synchro overtake and no junk converter. So what happens then? Then that happens, in that case, you just want to go into QUASAR, because of course it's going to be unaffected, and this is very uncommon that your opponent can pull out a monster with higher attack than 4k, because that boy is still going to be unaffected. So you give up the Herald, basically. So you summon first the level 2 from the grave, the Speed Warrior. You get the first level 5, then additional normal summon to get the, again, the level 2 back on the field, but just, you know, for nothing. Then 3+5 into Accel Synchro Stardust Dragon that revives the Formula Synchron. In the end, change the level of Agoida to 2 and you're chilling. So now look at this interaction, because it's simply what you want for. What a lot of people try to joke me on, Darkle. What happens if your opponent starts with Darkle, a prismatic one also? You chain Accel Synchro Stardust Dragon's effect, and he went with Cyclone. I just protected also the Speed Warrior, because why not? So with the effect of Accel Synchro Stardust Dragon, you summon Stardust Dragon, you go straight away into QUASAR, and it is unaffected. So the Dark Hole does nothing, and you still have the negation, ready. That's how you do it, my boys. There you freaking go. Last but not least, third win in a row, just for the sake of it, guys, to show you what happens when you do not have Junk Converter. I have a couple of Synchro Take there. In this case, it's very useful, the skill that gives you the chance to return one card, so you can return one of the Synchro Overtake. Keep in mind, I still mill Junk Converter, but in this case, I'm gonna show you the combo without Junk Converter, just to be super clear about that. So the skill you get on your mark gets a Duel. You need 2 Junk Synchron, don't forget about that. Here it comes, the skill, you got the boy out, and then first normal summon with the Will Synchron's effect. You get the Sonic Checkout. Of course, first thing of the turn is going to be always the Herald of the Arclight. Then second normal summon, revive the level 2. So not the Junk Converter, to show you. Agoita is there. And what you do is Synchro Overtake. You reveal any of the monster in the extra deck to summon the Junk Synchron from the grave. So you go Accel Synchro Stardust Dragon, reviving a level 2. And you're okay. We also have the Forbidden Lands. First, you change the level, of course. Don't forget, guys, to change the level with Will Synchron. It's crucial. Then, he started with the 3 visits. As soon as you activate something, guys, toggle on Accel Synchro Stardust Dragon into QUASAR. That is, of course, unaffected. Don't forget it. Super important. Mandatory toggle on. So here it comes, there you go, it's got the normal summon of that guy, the 3 visits effect, I let that go. Then he summons also the level 4 on the field, still okay. Then the continuous spell, still okay. Sun Moon's effect, now you use Herald of the Arclight, so he loses a couple of cards there. The effect of the spell card to summon something from the hand, plus Herald gives me a search. There's gonna be Soravis. Just for next turn, guys, keep in mind, because now QUASAR is unaffected, so nothing can happen. So he summoned the Savage Don Ying using its effect, but guess what? QUASAR says no thank you, because he's gonna grab another monster. You don't want that to happen. We finished our negation, and he can still go, but guess what? He's link summoning into the Oath, and then he's grabbing the Rebellious Liu Fang. And Rebellious Liu Fang, what happens with these guys, that this guy can actually pop my QUASAR, and he tried to use the effect, but it's unaffected. As soon as he realized that, he scooped. Now keep in mind, for next turn, we have QUASAR negation again, if he tries to pop with this guy, eventually. This is a quick effect, right? It's a quick effect. If he tries to pop, we negate with QUASAR. If he changes the effect of this, we have Sword of His in hand to negate the effect of these targets. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. I'm super freaking excited. And again, this is just the first version of Stardust. There are many more to come because you can do so much. I went for QUASAR first because a lot of you guys love QUASAR, and I do too. I do it too. So QUASAR plus HERALD just seems to be insane, especially because in an affected QUASAR is just too much, dude. So wow, wow, wow. And that's it, guys, for today. More videos to come, of course. Just give me the time because of course I have to work and stuff. I'm gonna try to do everything as soon as possible, so stay tuned. Of course, guys, please don't forget to leave a like to support my the videos and the channel with likes, and share this with your friends. With this video you can make them come back to Duel Links, or at least to try Duel Links with this stuff. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and as always, see you in the next one.